of this month. Okay, here's an interesting one. Saudi Arabia opens its $590 billion stock market today to direct foreign investment for the very first time. Large institutions will finally be allowed to invest in one of the last major markets to have remained shut to international investors. The move comes at a crucial time for Saudi Arabia, whose revenue has suffered, from the plunge in oil prices over the past year. Okay, let's get more on this. Hasan AlJabri is the CEO of SEDCO Capital and joins us. Hasan, great to have you in the studio with us. This is a really interesting story. I'm just wondering about the timing of this, because I'm wondering, is this part of Saudi Arabia trying to diversify but also bring in extra money, because oil prices are pretty darn low at the moment, right?
Yeah, Aaron, interesting question, actually. Probably you saw the Euromoney. There was a forum last month, and the chairman of the Capital Market Authority of Saudi Arabia mentioned that the reason is not for liquidity. The Saudi market itself is very liquid.
So lots of money in there.
The average daily trading is at $2.4 billion for the year. So really, it's not the liquidity. It's more about institutionalizing the market, deeper research, deeper governance, although it's a very transparent, well-governed market, but we want to go better in standard in that direction.
What can I ask you? What do you think the appetite is around the world for international investors to jump into the Saudi market? Because there are some still regulations, right? If you want to invest as a foreigner, there are regulations.
Absolutely. Now, to be a qualified investor under the new regulations, you have to have 5 years experience and a minimum of $5 billion under management.
$5 billion, that's easy. Okay.
So originally, you're going to see at the start, you're going to see institutional investors, large investors, but this is a soft launch. So over a period of time, you'll see more investors coming in and coming through, especially when the Saudi market becomes part of the MSCI Emerging Markets Index, which may take place in a couple of years.
Can I ask you this? Most people sitting around the world, we think Saudi Arabia, we think of the black gold, right? We think of the black stuff, the oil. Apart from, say, petrochemical companies that are on this market, what else is made up? What else makes up the Saudi?
Really, the oil and gas is about 40% of the market, of the GDP. Okay, but the other 60 is all about all the different sectors, whether we're talking about construction, healthcare, consumer, all of this. So, and it has been growing at a faster pace than the general economy. So between 2004 and 2014, the economy was growing at 6%, including the oil and gas, whereas the total was at 8%. So the total was 6%, while the other sector, non-oil and gas, was 8%. So we have really driving forces that are driven by the expenditures of the government and also by the consumer, who's becoming more and more savvy consumer.
And let me just briefly get this in, because I was looking at the story and we always sort of, what's the interest for our viewers around the world? Why should we care about it? But I was looking, it's some pretty good returns, right? So far, the Saudi market this year is up 16%. It's outperformed. It's the best performing one in the Middle East, isn't that correct, market?
It is. It is one of the highest, but also it has a lot of potential for the future. And here I'm not only talking about the overall market, I'm more particularly talking about sectors that are benefiting from the growth in economy, like the consumer sector again, the healthcare, the education, the construction. We need a lot of houses. So you'll see a lot of houses coming up and development companies growing in that direction. Mortgage finance, which will help banks also in the future. Okay.
So all good news for the Saudi economy. Hasan, I've got to leave it there, but great stuff. Thank you very much. Good luck with it.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure you'll make a mint from it. Hasan AlJabri from SEDCO Capital. Stay there. Lots going on. Follow me on Twitter. Tweet me, I'll tweet you right back. You can get me at BBC Aaron. That's it with the